things I didn't know about Myra, who was quite a private person. I think we can all agree. But when I talk to people about today, other friends would say, "Oh, she always liked classical music and singing," and anyway, there you go. Many-sided woman. So, is everybody still okay? Everybody need to speak? Okay. So, what about hearing? Some people hear. Should we use the microphone? We're all getting older. Myra the peace activist, and then Myra community and other stuff. So I'd first like to ask if anybody would like to open up us talking about Myra's activities in terms of health. I mean, I've already met numbers of people talking about mental health and pathways and all the rest of it, but if anybody would like to open this up.
We produced a presentation. We can switch into the presentation if you want.
No, I think on the slide.
To narrate?
Yeah, to hear from the people who are Myra's colleagues and comrades. Are you okay? And I'm just going to hover in order to...
So much to celebrate in Myra's life, and her legacy in different areas is profound. In her health work alone, it's hard to capture the extent of her work in influence. And I would just like to say that I had the good fortune to work with and for her during the 90s at the Health Institute, an organization which is dedicated above all to passion and health technology. In the broadest sense, she taught us about challenging the status quo, understanding the barriers in accessing health services, and helping us to support develop approaches and develop appropriate strategies. For those who work for and with her, Myra's broadened their understanding of interviews and listen to local people from diverse communities. It involves campaigning and activism as well as meals and eating together, a regular occurrence. She entered our lives, she enriched our lives, and continues to do so. My old colleague, take up the story.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Johanna Lokman. I worked for 16 years with Myra, and out of 16 years, 1990, I started to work with Myra for 2 years. We help as development workers, then estate-based development workers. From where I found out that need, so many unmet needs where people are not reaching. We used to write down our report every month to the management committee, saying that's what the issues we found in the community. So I found continuous problems. People are saying when we cough and sneeze, we leave. When we bend down, we leave. Women, especially because my work was with the women. So there is continuous service in Myra Hospital. Nobody knows about it. Here is the London Hospital. In urologists, gynecologists, everybody is saying all the Bangladeshi communities are multi-para. That means there was lots of children, 2, 3 children, 4, 5 children. But nobody is coming forward for stress incontinence or any other. There are so many kinds of continence problems. They are not coming. Why not? Don't they have any, problem? My goodness, because of my estate-based work, it's opened the ocean. Me leaking, men, women, and children. Everybody is leaking. Continence is widespread. There is a urologist in Myra Hospital, so we did not receive anybody. Often gynecologists say we did not receive anybody. Nobody knows where is their pelvic. Oh, pelvic floor exercise. That's amazing. Where is the pelvic floor? Is underneath the armpit or the tummy or on top of the head? Nobody knows where is the pelvic floor. Oh, that became a very interesting. But I have started Myra said, yes, when I went to doctor, and I said, when I sneeze, I eat. He gave me a cough mixture. Myra told me. So now you calm down. What is it? So we started to work with the Iranians in Myra Hospital Continental Service, and because I'm not a nurse, but I have done 2 years nursing training, but I'm not a full-fledged nurse to work with the continence problem. I have got another continence nurse specialist who is working with me. Together, I did this continence project for 14 years. But with the women, we found this is widespread. Even the men started to refer themselves to my project. And there are lots of inappropriate gynecological operations being done in London Hospital. I had to take one of the clients to UCL, where she is operated for metropolis. You don't understand, this is something I learned many things. But Myra was full force behind me. Myra said, oh, you have to do it. 14 years I did project. Although I am not a continence specialist, but I became one of them, and I'm still continuing with my work. And also, in my district in Colchester, to take you with me because I got a problem, so you will do some translation for me, and you also do your continent project outreach work. So I went with her. When we went to the room, it was smell of urine. And the mother is saying, my 13-year-old girl, where's the bed? So I sleep on the floor, she sleep on the bed, but mattress has got a big piece and all wet, soaking wet. And she was worried about not the daughter wet in the bed, she was worried about that she has got daughter who is 13, very soon she will be reaching marriageable age, what she is going to do. And that became, instead of housing problem, that became very big problem. And I was quite stunned. Said, oh dear, it's what's happening. So we have to treat her. Because it is a very hidden issue. Nobody talk about it. Even English people also don't talk about it, let alone Bangladeshis and African Caribbean. Nobody talk about these things. And men also, later on, they say, when they go to the mosque to do their prayer, they can't talk to the people. I have one full men, women, children, the whole family, English people, African Caribbean family. So it was, I would not have done it if Myra would not have forced me. When I talk to people, when I go to their conferences, I did went to a lot of conferences in continental, like SES conference every year. And I say, oh my God, where am I? All these resources are available to contain continents. Where is our people using milk bottles, polythene bags, and buckets, and making material tags out of saris, Caroline saris, nylon saris, which is not working. So a lot of people have got service now. I hope that still it is in the service, continent service. Any questions? I will bring the continent service.
If we speak right into the mic, does that work better? Okay, so can you have something to say it right into the mic?
My name is Jeff Parkinson, and I've been working for about 4 decades in Tower Hamlets doing community arts. So first of all, I'd say salam alaikum to our friends here, which peace be with you. It's an international greeting. Salam alaikum. Okay, I'll be brief because this one's on health, so it does relate to how I work with Myra in health over about 17 years. And some people may remember St Clement's Hospital in Bow Road, just next door here. It's now a housing estate. And at that time, going back to about 1995, we used to have a lovely newspaper in East London called the East End Live. And it was, I think it was banned by the government at some point. It was so successful, it won the National Award for a community newspaper. And it was often lavishly illustrated, and all different community groups were able to send in their, events and that sort of thing. So I was reading through the East End Live, and it said, the Friends of St Clement's Hospital, which Myra Garrett founded, are seeking new ideas for the St Clement's Hospital. Anyone with no ideas to help the hospital get a bit more upbeat, because there's nothing really much going on, no funding. So I went along to meet Myra and the friends at the hospital, and I laid before them some paintings from my community art groups, and I said, how about if we do some artwork? So she said, right, we run a social club in the hospital Monday and Friday evening from 6 till 9. And, you know, they do snooker, they do table tennis, they play cards, and perhaps we could have an art sort of session, you know. So I said, well, let's do a 4-week trial. You see how I get on with the patients and the art, and I see how I get on as well, you know. I didn't want to make any commitments. But anyway, it lasted for 17 years, so I'd like you to try and imagine this room filled with artworks all around the walls, all done from local Tower Hamlets residents who had been put into, you know, St Clements for various reasons. Quite a lot had been put on medication, and there was a system where, you know, the medication gets reduced. And one of my great delights was that when people were having their medication reduced and they're coming on, they're doing art, I could see they're beginning to regain their independence. They're choosing colours, they're choosing a composition and a design that they want to do from their heart, and they're rebuilding a certain self-confidence. So I saw it working, and that was really valuable. With Myra Garrett, we know that she came from a Quaker tradition. And, you know, with the Quakers, they don't really talk a lot about their sort of, it's more like an inner faith that they have. So she was never talking really much about this, but we find that in multiple areas where she worked, she tried to bring her sense of common humanity to social change without, you know, saying, oh, you should be like me, or, you know, she was a very, as you all know, a quiet person in her own inner faith, and that led her to have a very broad sort of application of that faith. And in this one, we're talking about health, you know. So I would say that basically, if Myra hadn't founded the Friends of St Clements, I certainly wouldn't have been doing, and I did a lot of this, mostly it's really voluntary, because my other art projects were funded, and so it wouldn't have really happened. There was no government funding for it. So this is just a quick example. If anyone wants to talk about this later in more detail, I've got a lot more into this story, but I won't want to keep you with it, okay? Thank you.